Yo, what's going on YouTube? Calculus Wizard here, and today we're going to be going over how to understand calculus. Basically what the general overview of calculus is. I'm not going to be going into certain principles of calculus. If you want to learn certain principles of calculus, make sure you go check out my channel, and I'm sure you guys will catch on super quick. So first, for calculus, you're going to be learning about two basic things of calculus: derivatives and antiderivatives. Okay, so in order to understand this, we're going to have to go back to algebra and understand some operations of algebra. So derivatives and antiderivatives, they're just operations. Don't be scared. They're just like your addition and subtraction, your multiplication and division. And in algebra, we learned that if we have a function equaling another function, or the same function, I guess, that addition and subtraction, they basically cancel each other out. So if we add 1, we're going to have to subtract 1 in order to keep, I guess, our function the same. Same thing goes with multiplication and division. If we have a 3, let's say our function was 3, so our 3 equals 3. If we were to multiply by 2, in order to keep the function the same, we would have to divide by 2. You also were taught like how logs kind of canceled out numbers to an x value, and I guess our natural log and e to the x, how those canceled out. So back to calculus, we're going to have to understand that derivatives and antiderivatives, all they do, they're just operations that cancel each other out. So we're going to go into the definitions of derivatives and antiderivatives. First, we're going to start with derivatives because we love them a little bit more. So in calculus, you're introduced to something called the limit. And basically all it is if you're given a function, let's say this function was f of x, and we were given the limit as x approaches 0 of this function, all we would need to see would be on this x-axis where 0 is, and we would find where this function kind of comes into 0 right here. And let's say that was 1, so if the limit of this function as x approaches 0, this would just be 1. So you're introduced to the limit of in calculus, and we get this definition. There's two definitions of derivatives. So you're introduced to that definition. You're also introduced to this definition. So basically, if we want to find the derivative of a function, we're going to have to, let's say that function was f of x, we're going to have to follow these two definitions in order to get the derivative. You also came up with, in calculus, you come up with new notations. So your derivative is going to be, this f prime right here. So if we take this derivative, this is just a fancy symbol for a derivative of a function, we get that f prime, which is our derivative, okay? Now moving on to antiderivatives. They're kind of, the definition is easier, I guess. That's just the sign for an antiderivative. We also call it integral, and these have upper and lower bounds. I'm not going to get into them right now, but so if we have an antiderivative of a function, that's going to equal the antiderivative plus a constant c. So this capital F just notates that this is the antiderivative. So there's certain ways to kind of get around these. You'll learn in calculus, because these definitions are really long. Like something you'll know is like the power rule, and what the derivatives of and antiderivatives of trig functions are. If you guys want to know that, go check out my channel. I have videos about the power rule and like cheat sheet videos of antiderivatives and derivatives. So going back to the overview of calculus. So basically what we learned from algebra, if we take the derivative of an antiderivative, these are just upper and lower bounds. If you take calculus, you'll know what they are, of some function, that equals the function. Just like in algebra, this addition and subtraction, they cancel each other out. Sorry, let you guys see that. Just like multiplication and division, just like our logs and a number to the x power, just like e to the x and ln. The antiderivative and derivatives are just operations that cancel each other out. So I hope you guys learned something. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, go check out my channel. I'll be posting a lot more videos. So yeah, have a great rest of your day.